Ever since rapper Young Dolph passed away, the Memphis streets have been hot and unsafe. From rappers getting threatened to some even getting shot. Word on the street is that Young Dolph was gunned down by Yo Gotti, and now he's after Paper Route Empire members. And just at the top of his list is Key Glock. Keep watching to find out how Yo Gotti is going for Key Glock. Yo Gotti and Key Glock beef. Everyone knows Yo Gotti, aka the King of Memphis, and if you are a huge fan of Young Dolph, you'd certainly know who Key Glock is. Key Glock is Young Dolph's protege and his cousin by marriage. He was signed to Paper Route Empire label by Dolph in 2017, and since then, he's been loyal to Dolph until his very death. So loyal that whoever had beef with Young Dolph had beef with Key Glock, which made Yo Gotti the most hated on Key Glock's list. Key Glock has never been a fan of Yo Gotti, and since he had family and business affiliations with Young Dolph, disliking Yo Gotti was even more favorable for him. One time, Key Glock took to his Instagram story to diss Yo Gotti and his brother. In a short video posted on his Instagram story, Key Glock was seen singing along to Young Dolph's song, Play With Yo. The song was a diss toward Yo Gotti. The exact part of the song that Key Glock voiced out was, all that make-believe rapping about don't play with me, Gotti. You a man. You went from my biggest fan to my biggest hater, begging me to sign with you, but I had too much paper. Key Glock joyfully sang along to the song, and to make matters worse, he went on to mention Yo Gotti on his story, and he wrote, "Remember this?" at Yo Gotti. Now, Key Glock didn't stop there, and neither did the song. In some parts of the song, Dolph called out Yo Gotti's older brother. He said, "Gotti, I'm disappointed in you, man. Stay in your place, homie. You know what's up with me. Tell your fat big brother, man, I said he a too. Matter of fact, your big sister. Tell your fat big sister that I said he a too. You mean?" After posting that part of the song, Key Glock went on to mention Yo Gotti again, and this time he said, "Hey Yo Gotti, big sister funny." Then he proceeded to actually post a picture of Yo Gotti's brother, or should I say, sister. No one knows why Key Glock did all of that, but Yo Gotti never responded to it, and they never spoke about it. It didn't seem weird to fans because Yo Gotti's protege, Black Youngster, did the same thing to Young Dolph many years back, and Young Dolph didn't even do anything other than releasing an album to warrant the harassment from Black Youngster. So I guess that's how the proteges roll. Anyway, Key Glock has had Young Dolph's back several times, and not just only around Memphis rappers, but even with other mainstream rappers. Shortly before Young Dolph's death, he got into an argument with Soulja Boy, and somehow, Key Glock's involvement in the argument seemed to make Soulja Boy more upset. Here's what went down. Paper Route Empire's CEO, Young Dolph, made a claim on social media that he had earned over $100,000 per show as an independent rapper, but Soulja Boy wasn't buying it, and he quickly dropped his 2 cents on the topic. While Young Dolph wrote, "How the I'm an independent artist and getting 100 racks plus for a show. How the at Key Glock got more cars and ice than you and your CEO." Soulja Boy didn't waste any time in responding. "That's big cap," he said. "They signed to at Empire. I'm really 100% independent, no cap." Although Young Dolph didn't say a word about the issue, his Paper Route Empire guys made sure they gave Soulja Boy an earful. Key Glock wasn't exempted. In fact, Key Glock was the only one who openly responded to Soulja Boy's post. The next day, Key Glock responded via an Instagram live video where he attacked Soulja Boy. Soulja Boy felt triggered by the post, so he made his own Instagram video where he said, "Man, Young Dolph, if you don't get your artists out my mother DM," he said, "you talking about thought he was bulletproof until he got shot like Dolph. Ain't you the that got shot at 100 times, they got popped and shot at all the time?" It was at the same time that Soulja threatened to kill Young Dolph by placing a $100,000 bounty on him. He said, "Man, stop playing, I'll put 100 ball on this head. Ain't even play with me. Last that played with me, I shot him. I don't do the shoot get shot at, I'll do the shooting at. I bet $100,000 this won't give me an address. How about that? Look, I got 100K cash. Look, DM the address and you can have all this in my hand. How about that?" Yo Gotti and Young Dolph beef. Yo Gotti and Young Dolph were enemies for so long that people forgot that they were once friends. Things went down south in 2014 after Yo Gotti asked Young Dolph to be signed to his CMG record label, and Dolph turned him down. Gotti couldn't handle the rejection and the fact that Dolph posed as an opposition against his relevance in Memphis. Hence, he started looking for ways to pour down Young Dolph behind the scenes. When Dolph got wind of this, he publicly called out Yo Gotti on Twitter. He tweeted, "Bro went from being my #1 fan and wanting to sign me to being my biggest hater." Although Yo Gotti, however, never made any statement about it, Young Dolph went on to release an album titled King of Memphis. Many people claimed it was a direct attack on Yo Gotti and perhaps a diss, but in an interview, Dolph claimed he didn't intend the title of his album to be a diss. It, however, didn't end there. In a series of clips Young Dolph posted on his Instagram, he said, "First thing first, everybody know it's you, Gotti, that's sending your artists out to do the lame he been saying and doing." Dolph wrote on his Instagram caption adding, "I guess you still mad cause I didn't never sign with yo. Or is it you still in your feelings cause you fell out with Gucci Mane and you was mad at me cause I kept rocking with Gucci?" He went on to release a diss track titled Play With Yo, where he dissed Yo Gotti and implied that he had an affair with the mother of Yo Gotti's child. This time around, Gotti responded. He released his track titled Don't Beef With Me, where he attacked Young Dolph and sent him a warning shot. Key Glock and Young Dolph. Young Dolph and Key Glock were beyond co-workers. They were family. The relationship between the two stretched through friends, co-rappers, mentor/protege, and above all, they were family. Key Glock and Young Dolph are related to each other as cousins by marriage, and they collaborated on many different occasions, producing 2 massive hits. The rappers met in their family gatherings for Thanksgiving in 2017 when Dolph got excited by his relatable rap lyrical choices and availability of dope musical beats for originals. Key Glock and Young Dolph also created full-length albums together. One of their main successful endeavors is the 2019 album Dumb and Dumber, which they followed up with Dumb and Dumber 2 in 2021. It took Key Glock some time after Dolph passed to publicly react and make a statement concerning the tragedy. He eventually spoke out when he said, "Stop asking me if I'm okay," knowing, well, I ain't, alongside a broken heart emoji. He sent out the message to those who were constantly bugging him rather than letting him process his grief. He, however, made a statement and gave an emotional tribute to his cousin turned mentor. Key Glock shared some throwbacks of himself and Young Dolph on his Instagram page, and he placed an emotional tribute at the caption. His words, "Bro, I'm lost. My heart is torn, my brain about to explode. It hurts when I breathe. Why you leave me so soon? I'll never be the same. You was my left-hand man, my brother, my cousin, my mentor, and drink partner." He went on to share that in the past 2 years, he had suffered from multiple losses, and it was tough on him. He said, "For the past 2 years, I've been taking loss after loss and still can't understand why. First, it was my pops, then my auntie, then my grandma, and now you. I know we can't question God, but God, why?" He continued. "There's nothing no one can do or say to bring you back, and that just eats me up by the second. You was Phil Jackson and I was your MJ. Remember I told you I got your back no matter what? I guarantee that. Words really can't explain how I truly feel right now. I'm sick to my stomach, bruh. Peace ain't even working. All I see is darkness. Only God knows how much you meant to me." There was no doubt in the relationship between Key Glock and Young Dolph, and Key Glock remained loyal to him even after his death. So it won't be surprising if his number on Yo Gotti's hit list has gone up. Yo Gotti kills Young Dolph. No one is certain for sure whether Yo Gotti had a hand in Young Dolph's death, but judging from the history between the two rappers, it won't be surprising if Yo Gotti did it. To start with, Yo Gotti has tried to kill Young Dolph on 2 different public occasions. Emphasis on public because insider reports claim that a lot of things and near-death experiences have happened underground that weren't open to the general public. First, in February 2017, while Young Dolph was on his way to a concert in Charlotte, North Carolina, his vehicle was ambushed and he was shot multiple times. Scratch that. He was shot over 100 times. Luckily for him, the SUV he was riding in was heavily protected with $300,000 worth of bulletproof, so he managed to escape unscratched. He made it to the concert that night, and there he performed his Play With Yo diss track as a message to Yo Gotti that he survived the shooting. Although Yo Gotti wasn't directly pinned to this incident, his protege, Black Youngsta, alongside his associates, were directly linked to the shooting, and in fact, they were arrested. According to the arrest records, Black Youngsta and some of his associates were each charged 6 counts of discharging a weapon into an occupied dwelling or moving vehicle and felony conspiracy. Several months later, Yo Gotti attacked again. Just like the first time, he wasn't directly involved since he sends people to do his dirty business. Closing one's eyes to the circumstances of this case just so Yo Gotti won't be blamed is just illogical. You see, in November of 2017, Memphis rapper Young Dolph and Yo Gotti so happened to be in Hollywood, California, and as fate would have it, they were lodged in the very same hotel, the Lowe's Hotel. Young Dolph somehow found himself entangled in an argument with 3 men, and the 3 men who were involved in this altercation with Dolph happened to be members of Gotti's entourage. While they were arguing, one of the men pulled out a gun and shot at Young Dolph multiple times. Dolph was able to hide in a nearby shoe place, until the ambulance came to take him to the hospital. The men were arrested, but Yo Gotti wasn't. Young Dolph was taken to the hospital in critical condition. Luckily, he survived at the time. Young Dolph independent career. Young Dolph was heavy about being an independent rapper. I mean, that was what started his beef with Yo Gotti in the first place. While he was at it, Dolph did pretty well for himself. He had the chance to be interviewed by Forbes in 2020. The man independently worked his way to a $3 million net worth, and he earned that interview. During the interview, he talked more about how he managed as an independent artist in the industry. He said, "I think I'm more attuned to the streets," Dolph said in the June 2020 interview. "Don't get me wrong, the major labels, they play a big factor, they do their thing, but like, I'm really hands-on. I know what the streets want to hear. I know what the streets going through, the lingo, the fashion, everything. It ain't nothing. It's my real life." With his career and his rise, Dolph gave back to his community, and he never missed out on a chance to help people. According to reports, he was in Memphis for the holidays so he could feed the poor and give out Thanksgiving turkeys. He was supposed to do the distribution on the day he was shot. Dolph's influence also came through uplifting those around him or bringing them into his circle. A few years ago, before his rise as a well-known comedian, Memphis native Grove Hero lived in Atlanta with his career in an uncertain place. One night, he received an Instagram message from Dolph. The two connected, and Dolph told Grove Hero that he would change his life. That occurred by having Grove Hero appear in the music video Major, which has had more than 87 million views on YouTube since it debuted in 2018. "I ain't gonna lie," Grove Hero told the commercial appeal. "I think I still would be who I am today, but it would probably took me a little longer. With him, it just happened instantly. This man changed my life instantly in a blur."